Hello, hello, hello. Oh, I made it almost. I think I was a minute late. Let's switch glasses. Can't see. So I haven't got to do this from home in a while. Hey, how you doing? Good to see you. I think you're the first. Cinderella was first, but she might have to come back in. So good to see you. I haven't got to do this from home in a while. There's Scooter. So I almost canceled the whole thing, and I'm like, you know what though? I miss going on here and just being able to chat with you guys. Because when I'm out there in Austin, I'm very distracted. So it's hard to really talk about anything or have any fun. Well, it's fun, sort of, in its own way. But almost between the storm and my internet going in and out, and then we figured out the hard way that our new doggy door leaks. So I got a little flood going over here with some towels. The storm has since kind of gone away. But yeah, so Tom had purposely not sealed it because he had planned on coming back, pulling it back. It's in the wall in our laundry room. And he built a ramp for the dogs and putting some more insulation in there because he literally put it in a morning when we were on our way out of town because we didn't have anybody to take the dogs. And we just had the neighbor come and feed them over the fence and so they could run in and out. Well, he forgot about going back and caulking it. This is our first real major storm, I think, since we put it in July. So, yeah, I know. Yeah, luckily I happened to look in there and I've since closed it. I'm hoping it wasn't coming through the wall and it was just kind of, oh gosh, David, there isn't one room in this house that is done, like completely done. And we've been working on it for 20 years. He's in the middle of my bathroom, my guest bathroom. The problem is he only has 1 day a week. Even his weekend, because he works at night, he gets off Wednesday and has to sleep during the day. Then Thursday, or no, Wednesday. No, it's Tuesday. Tuesday. So Wednesday then Thursday he has to go to sleep to go to work. And you can't run power tools at 3 o'clock in the morning. So he's been working on the small bathroom for a while because he wanted to lay a new floor and now new walls. Then I need to paint. And that's it. And small, it's tiny. It's like teeny tiny. We call it the tiny bathroom. So hopefully he can get that floor done. The hardest part is him climbing under the house and working with the water pipes. But now that it's cooling off, that was the last thing he needed to do. Oh, I'm thirsty. So the lighting might be a little off. I couldn't find my extension cord that I normally use when I'm in here. So I had to plug a shorter one in over here. So the light's on this side instead of this side. So when the laundry room light goes out, it might get dark. Did I try this light before? No, it's not so bad. It's above me, so I thought it was going to have really bad shadows. I'll turn it on if you guys think I need to. I need to finish the remodel in my hall bathroom. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just going to leave it like this and not worry about it. Y'all know what I look like. um, but yeah, like I said, I almost didn't come on at all, but I'm glad I did. So maybe you guys can catch me up on what's been going on this week or in weeks. Gosh, I saw a couple headlines I haven't even watched yet on Aaron's channel. I need to look at. Um, I think I had planned on listening to it on the way to Austin tonight or something. So it sounds like some stuff's going on there. So I like it when he outs people. I guess it was somebody married a 16-year-old, which we already knew they did. I just like having details that I can repeat. When you have facts for people, even if they don't know if it's better. It's always better. Yeah, where you been? I noticed I hadn't seen you in chats or anything. Everything okay? Um. Oh, okay. Oh, I think hubby was trying to call me. I think he realized I was on. I went ahead and put a link in my Facebook, which I don't always do, just to see if anybody on Facebook wanted to jump in, which is mostly only my friends and family, which I'm never on. I had to find out from Devin that a good friend of ours is having heart trouble and in the hospital because I'm never on. I told him I was going to be on tonight. Maybe he'll jump in. Oh, swing shift. Yep. Know how that is. That's been my issue. And some, yeah. And this glare. I gotta find a light that is diffused. Oh, I just had an idea too. So I was telling Tom about it. Hey, Mark, how are you? Good to see you. Where I used to live stream in the living room is the chase, and it's very uncomfortable. So we can move the chase over a few feet and put this chair in that corner with the computer table that I had, and maybe a small desk at some point. Thinking about moving it into there. That way I'm not taking up my dining room. I need a dedicated space I don't have to move. Because I was running around with my head cut off trying to make sure I had everything that I needed to have tonight. Because I was still charging my mics and stuff earlier today. And then Tom says, check the weather for me because he had to go in early for an event. And from 11 p.m. on, it's a 99% chance of rain. Well, it didn't even dawn on me to check Austin because there's a 2-hour difference between Waco and Austin. Nope, it's raining in Austin and here. Yeah, the craft room. That's the least of my worries right now. I've been typing up the stuff I need to type up to hire somebody. I wanted to have like a job description because I want to hire somebody and still in school, like somebody young that just wants to work a couple, 2-3 hours a week. And I wanted to type that up and, things that they might be doing. Oh, fibro in my toe. Oh, there went the laundry room light. And then like a little quick application, and then I put in there first interview over the phone with parents. That way they can decide after talking to me if they really want to do it or not. So, because I told them what you definitely will never have to do is my toilets, because I'm a germaphobe. I'd rather do it myself. Mopping, rather do myself. And my kitchen counters and sink, I do that myself because I don't have to bend over. What I need help with is like wiping down the cabinets because both my shoulders are torn. And so let's try not to hurt myself. Doing the left to right or up and down with the shoulder, I can't do that. I can't do any wiping or anything like that. Matter of fact, I hurt my shoulder today doing almost nothing. But, first world problem. So hopefully if I can get that done and get a sign made that I put on my mailbox, I'm hoping the kids that walk by, I want somebody in the neighborhood too. That maybe they can just stop after school 2 or 3 times a week. Once we get the major stuff done, all I need them to do is come in and dust and sweep. But at the beginning, it's going to be harder. There's extra stuff we need to get under control. The dust, everything is dusty. Everything is driving me crazy. So we're about to pull the plug, or not to pull the lever on actually hiring somebody now, because I have the extra money now. We can afford it. So I told them right now at least 3 to 4 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks, 3 to 4 hours a week maybe. But later it would. I told them I would guarantee them 2 hours a week, and I'm paying them hourly. So I'm paying $15 an hour. So, and if I don't have an hour's worth of work, they still get paid for the first hour. So I figured that would be, because I know an adult wouldn't want a job that is that minimum. So I thought it'd be nice for somebody that wanted to make some extra money. So yeah, because I had a caretaker up until 2011. I had her, so 2017, and then I just never got anybody new because she was 63 when she started with me. So, and she was with me for 6 years. Or was she 63? No, she was. Was she? Wow. Yeah. But back then, my house was, easy, and it was real. I mean, she didn't have to do a lot. She got to where I started out with 6 hours a week with her, and she was doing it in 4. And I'm like, that's fine. As long, so she was keeping things straight. And since she left, oh, cool. I've already bought my plane tickets for Florida, so um I'm flying. Oh my gosh, I got such a good deal. You guys, I normally use Expedia, but I found out after squishing onto a Frontier airline with nothing but a personal bag, Southwest Airlines is not on Expedia. They have their own site, and their tickets are just as inexpensive, and I'm allowed to carry on. I got my round trip for $120 something. And since it was so cheap, I added the extra $40 something for being able to change it or cancel it up until the day of. So it's still under $200. I know. My return, and they're nonstop. I'm driving down to Austin because it's only an hour drive to the airport on the toll road if traffic's good. I'm just going to park my car, fly there, get a rental, fly back. And Tom's car, I'm taking Tom's car. He has disabled vet plates. And we didn't even know this. We don't even know about these perks. It was the parking attendant that told us one time years ago that disabled vets get free parking at any airport. So I'm going to be taking his car. Technically, I'm disabled and I'm a vet, sort of. So all I have to do is get my hotel. So I'm flying in Thursday because they said Friday the 5th was going to be an all day thing. I've been talking to Dusty on email. I need to send him my phone number. I haven't yet. And I said, well, that makes up my mind. I was going to fly in Friday morning and leave Saturday and still try to go to work Saturday night. Nixed that idea, already asked for that night off. That'll be the first night I've ever called off. December 6th. So I'm not, because I'll come back. I'll be tired, especially if it's going to be an all day thing. And if I can take the carry on. So I thought I was going to be stuck with just the personal bag like before. I'm like, well, with the carry on, I can take my tripod, maybe even a sign rolled up. What is going on? Oh, there we go. That's better. So yeah, I'm definitely going now. I asked Tom if he wanted to go, and he said, yeah, he kind of did, but he didn't want to take the days off. I'm like, because he works Thursday and Friday. So I'm like, okay, I'm just going to fly in myself. And this way, Tom doesn't have to drive me or pick me up or anything. So it's definite. But yeah, I couldn't believe y'all, Southwest Airlines. Well, Southwest doesn't go everywhere. So probably, I don't even know if they go to Canada. But I was paying, it was a couple years ago when I did a couple trips to California and Vegas. I got $200 round trips. But they weren't nonstop. And they were on Frontier. And it was only a personal bag. Like a bag. Oh, that was rough. I had to learn how to pack and roll really well. So what I was planning on doing is getting there and maybe buying a really cheap folding chair at Walmart and then just giving it to somebody before I come back. We'll see. I got to get more details on what we're doing. Because are they going to do like the memorial and then do their normal Friday night protest? Or just the memorial? So I got to get more details on that. So, am I missing anything else going on in the world? I've been getting a lot of people popping up on my shorts. Style Audit, Eyes to See, been seeing a lot of their stuff. No, I'll ask. I'll see. I'll see. I need to contact Cheryl too and let her know I'm coming. Oh, it is hot in this corner. Nope, it's a hot flash. Nope, it's me. I've been getting those a lot more lately than usual. But the fan's all the way in there too. That's another reason I want to move. Eventually, I'll be in my craft room, but that's right now. I want to get the main part of my house under control. Then we'll work on the back 2 bedrooms. That's the least of my worries. Hey, sure. What's up? Good to see you. I was just talking about you. Maybe your ears was burning. It was either today or yesterday because I was watching something on the news about how they've gotten. Go to Glenn Beck. He popped in about the stuff that FEMA did in Florida and Tennessee. And they literally have found handwritten notes in the files about skipping houses. And they're like, this isn't an oopsie. This was... So they've gotten a lot more evidence. And I hope somebody's taking the task for that. I think... I'm hoping... Honestly, there should be some criminal charges to me. Because people were not helped. And people went without just because of somebody's opinion. So anyway, that's why I mentioned you. Because of your... Was it your sister? Your sister's family? I couldn't remember. But yeah. So maybe we'll see something come of that. We'll see. Cousin. Okay, cousin. Got it. But yeah. Oh my gosh. I've been watching a lot of stuff going on around places. I watched something earlier I was going to bring up. Once we caught up a little bit. Just something to talk. So I have this thing. So we didn't get to build our house because my husband was leaving too soon. We literally got it in May, and in July he went to Panama for a year. And so we had to hurry, and I wish we would have looked longer. There was a point. Oh, because I watch a lot of Asian YouTubers or like in Japan and Korea and stuff, or I used to a lot more. I don't have the time now. And I always look at all the cool stuff that they have in their houses and not that makes sense. I'm like, why are we not doing these things? And I've come to the same conclusion every time. I used to say Americans, but I'm just going to say us in the West. I think we accept less. We just don't. My first thing was because we watched this place boom from nothing. Hey Zippy, how are you doing? Howdy. I was talking about what Westerners accept in our houses or that we're lacking, that I see people in Asia, that's just everyday things. Oh, that's cool. Oh, I see. Hopefully he'll get situated before she's due. Hey, Becky. So I was watching a guy. He's a builder, I guess, but he's talking about things that used to be in houses that we don't have anymore. Oh, that's too bad. Well, hugs your way for your family. Um, yeah, my daughter had to tell me a friend of ours was in the hospital because I'm never on Facebook. I wish I wish for things like births, weddings, things like that, they would send everybody an instant message. I'm on Messenger all the time, but I'm never on Facebook. Okay, good. Oh yeah. Yeah. I didn't even think about it. My husband took a raincoat to work. He had to go to work at 6 instead of 10. I knew it was going to rain in Waco, and I never checked Austin until about whenever I scheduled. I was already scheduling it for Austin. I was like, wait a minute, let me check the weather. And at 11 o'clock, everywhere, it poured down rain here too. 99% chance of thunderstorm. I'm like, yeah, I think I'm staying home. So, anyway, he was showing things that we don't have in our homes anymore. And the first thing he showed was a milk door. Now, we don't really need these anymore, but what we do need is a delivery box in our house. Oh, yeah, it's not deactivated because I use it to sign into a game and stuff. And tonight I decided that I'm streaming on Facebook too to see if any of the family wanted to jump on. I don't even know if they'll see it. And I was like, because I order online all the time. It started, because y'all know I was homebound or bedridden for many years. So I get my groceries either pickup or delivery. I order everything, Amazon, Walmart, whatever, except clothes and shoes. I can't do that. I've tried and I always get the wrong size or they don't fit. So I get packages a lot. And we've been talking about trying to build a delivery box outside. And a part of our house is outside the fence in the driveway into my craft room. And when I saw that before the guy even mentioned why we still need them, I was like, oh my God, that makes so much sense. Because we just cut a hole in our wall over here for a dog door. We had to cut a hole in the wall over there to put the new water heater in. It was too big to bring through the house. And I'm like, it would be so easy to build a door into the craft room that they could open and put packages in. I've been very lucky. I can't believe we haven't had more stolen. This is a very through neighborhood. People are walking by all the time. I've already figured out there was something important to me, and because it was a pre-order, I ordered it months ago. I never knew that it even came and we didn't get it. I just figured it out. And I paid buku shipping for it to come from Korea too. I'm like, so really, and we had $100 in electrical wiring disappear one time. Other than that, we've been pretty lucky. But now they can't, because we have the doggy door, they don't have any time during the day they can come up to the porch. I've actually had them call me because the dogs were there. So we talked about trying to create a delivery box or something. And I think we're going to do this. I haven't even told him yet. I don't know if he's watching. We're going to put a delivery door. Well, then the guy started going into, there's a company that actually makes, it looked like a mini fridge, but it's a delivery door and it can be heated and cooled for groceries. And it can have a one-time code for a delivery person. And they open, and the top was hot and the bottom was cold. But I'm usually home for stuff like that, so I don't really need heating. But I've also I did this one time where I did leave a cooler with snacks and drinks on the porch. But it's so hot here in Texas that, God, that was really hard to do. But if we had a door, an insulated door into the house, I guess a little basket of snacks or waters and stuff, just inside that door. So, yeah, yeah. I was going to do something like that too, Cher. That's exactly what I was thinking of. But plastic deteriorates here so fast under the sun that I wanted to build some sort of awning for it if we did a box. But I think I'm gonna run this by Tom. Because it literally will be only a few feet over from the front gate. So, um, and we can paint it the same color. Nobody will know it's there and put a sign on the gate. Put your deliveries over there. I'm gonna throw that by him. So yeah, we were gonna do get a real indoor, or I'm sorry, a hefty tote that locks or something like that too. But yeah, everybody really needs to have one because of these porch pirates. I know y'all have probably seen them. They're not even waiting for it to get dropped off. I watch these ones where they just come up to the delivery driver and just take it out of his hands. Or they follow the truck and they just take it out of the truck. These people are getting bold as brass out there. So, like I said, I've been hugely lucky. Because I had Prime deliveries, the only ones I have problems with. These idiots want to stick it in my mailbox, which is like clear at the other end of my driveway. One time, and they literally took a picture of it too. They laid it on top of my mailbox. It was a small envelope. Luckily, it blew off onto the ground. In other words, they drove by and laid it on my mailbox. Anybody else could have drove by and just took it. I don't think it was anything hugely expensive, but I can't believe that didn't disappear. So, like I said, so far we've been pretty lucky. So, but since we do get so many deliveries, I mean, just all the time. Oh, I did share. I have seen that. Oh, they made a bust. They made a bust at a house that they were able to find some of the stuff they got off of trains and looting. This whole house and garage was full of like stolen Nikes and all this stuff that they made a bust in LA somewhere. I know. It's have you guys ever seen those barges with all the we call them connexes, but they look like semi truck trailers. What they know, and I'm falling off of the barge, and the guy that was doing the video goes, "There goes my Amazon parcel into the ocean." Oh my goodness! Because we have a distribution center so close to us, we can literally get same day stuff. I was sick a few months back, and I literally got it was when everybody was sick, and so my local stores were out of everything. Robitussin, NyQuil, everything was gone. I ordered it from Amazon and got it within 4 hours. My gate is always locked. Oh, that's smart. The trash can is smart. That's smart. I never thought of a trash can. That's smart. I could do that until he gets the other one built. That's really smart. Who's going to want to look in a trash can? Yeah, David, that's the problem. They're doing more bad things. It's getting ridiculous. Just people have no shame anymore. Nobody cares. Have you heard about there's people, because I just go through YouTube shorts and I just get all kinds of weird stuff. Oops, our package is into the jump, unless they jump inside. Yeah, you're right. Because we have the really big one that the truck picks up. So we got another one of those and chained it to the fence. Yeah. Good night, David. Get some sleep. Glad you stopped by. Oh, what for? Just to see. Now, around here, if it's on the curb, it's free. It's free reign. My husband, one of my cameras just went off. Problem is, one of my cameras gets the street too, and we have to go in the app and make a border so that that doesn't happen. Let me check the camera real quick. We're about to get some more cameras. Let's see. We finally signed up for the subscription so that we can look back more than one day and stuff like that. It was just traffic. Oh wow, she comes all the way up to your house. Okay, now that's a bit much. Oh, is she turning them in for money? Yeah, my husband is the king of dumpster diving, and luckily that when we were younger, when we needed stuff, but now I'm like, we're trying not to take in any new stuff because we're supposed to be downsizing to an RV sometime in the next 2 years. It's supposed to have happened already, but that's probably why. She needs the money. She's not leaving a mess. Yeah. So we have a lot of homeless people in the area and that walk by, and my driveway makes an intersection with it in a 3-way. So it's a busy intersection and then it's a through street. And when we bought here, we didn't think about that. But when we bought here, the other end of the street wasn't full of apartment buildings and fourplexes. Now it is. She never leaves a mess, so that's good. Yeah, well, I remember eons ago when you could still make money doing it. We used to turn in our cans a long time ago. I had a big, right here, I had this big recycling thing. I recycled paper for I still had my daycare back. So this was the 90s, early 2000s. And one of my moms had a lot of computer paper. She printed off these reports that she didn't have to keep. She would bring those to us, and I'd keep them in the paper bin, and we would use those to color on and stuff, or finger paint and stuff. I have a doorbell cam and bins. Okay. Yeah, see, right now we have one that covers the porch and the walkway, and then we have one that's on the driveway. Matter of fact, the alarm goes off every time I get out of my truck. But we want, so I don't know if I probably didn't tell you, there was a shooting about last week sometime that scared the bejesus out of me. Normally, I'm like, it's far enough away, but we've been here in this neighborhood since 99, and it's gone downhill a little bit. And anyway, I was sitting in bed right here, and so there's our yard, the yard behind us, and the other street, but there's a big field. Like that person owns extra land. I swear to God, whoever was shooting was in my yard. That's how loud it sounded. And I heard 7 shots, then I think 5, and then 5. And I called Tom first. He's like, you need to call 911. I said, I did. They never came and talked to me. But we don't have cameras that direction. So we're going to get 2 more cameras. One that goes from the front of the yard to the back. And we want another one. And we're thinking about going ahead and the one, we want to put it in the far corner of the yard so we can see everything. And I think we want to get one that moves. That's 360. Oh, shouldn't get anything out of your bin. Pro Scientology. No. Huh. I'll have to go back and check that out. Somebody tried that with me last weekend. He was full of crap. He was not a Scientologist. He just wanted to argue with somebody. That is the first time in my life I've ever pulled pepper spray out on somebody. Um, but yeah, we want to get some more cameras now because I would really like to have known exactly where that shooting was. I'll go find it because I want to watch it. And if I can find it, I'll send you the timestamp, Scooter. Becky, she might be misinformed. Scientology doesn't do things like that. She might be one of those. Remember the one that they dealt that he had to get a restraining order against that said she was a Scientologist and wasn't? Who knows? I did see the short go by of the girl that got out of the car and was dancing in the street. I think that was from last week. Okay, well, if you want to work on it together, but that's I don't know how, because I've never pulled up links for somebody else's stream or done any of that kind of stuff before. So if you want to do it, just let me know. That guy deserves it. Sorry. I'm supposed to be a good Christian, but there's a lot of times I'm not. I'm like, that guy is a menace and weird and gross. Oh, a public helped her out. That sounds like it's just somebody maybe helping another person. I mean, I'm sure they do that for each other from time to time, but I don't think that Scientology wouldn't give her any money. As long as I schedule it and force myself to go to sleep at a decent time. I just ordered me some melatonin because I'm such an insomniac that I was up. What's today? Friday. All day Thursday. I think Wednesday night too. Last night I didn't go to bed today until almost noon. No, 10:30. I slept till 3. So most of the time, what happened? So what I'm getting at is most of the time on Monday, I'm up like most of the day because I'm wired. I need to force myself to lay down. What? So do you go on at 5 o'clock your time or 5 o'clock my time? Well, what if we did it on Tuesday? So 5 my time. Well, I mean, if I had something scheduled, I could take a nap. All I need is a nap. Honestly, if I drink, I don't need a lot of sleep. There was a couple times the last few weeks I got more than 6 hours and I was more tired at work. I was like, I got 7, I got 8, around 8 hours, and I was more tired. I'm just weird. It's partly, even when I worked before fibro, I would go to bed at midnight and get up at 4:30. Yeah. Well, if I stay here, I was gonna put up. I'm about to start learning Korean, and I've got some posters with letters and stuff I was gonna put up. But yeah, the lady I was talking about, that was my caretaker, she gave this to me. I love it. It's really nice. It rolls all the way up. I could do Tuesday. Okay. I can do it. Either A, I go to sleep early, or B, I just stay up. Which most likely B, I'll just stay up. I tried to do that because I needed to do some stuff during the day. And I stayed up all day yesterday trying to go to sleep last night so I could get up earlier today. I don't know what happened. It's a little bit frayed towards the bottom, but we can't see that, so that's okay. Yeah. We have a very small yard out here, so I don't even use this door hardly. Okay. Yeah, I can do it if I'm scheduled, and I'm trying to keep it centered on that. This is my sliding glass door right here. Yeah, I can do it. Should we go on early, like 20 minutes early, or go through it before then? Because really the rest of the weekend is because I know I'm on StreamYard. I don't know how yours works, but I know I could bring it up here and just take me off the screen, put your clip up, and you'd be able to share it. I assume it's probably similar to that. I don't even have to be on. I can just share the clips. I can just be backstage. No, that's fine. I wish you lived close. I hope they fix your computer. This is what I was worried about. But hopefully once they fix that, it'll be good. But if you saw, well, I'll talk to you about that later. Man, my brain's all over the place too. So, I was talking about things that our homes in the West don't have that makes sense and that other countries do. I don't blame you, Scooter. I don't blame you at all. I want to leave. I want to go live in Japan. I'm still, if Tom goes first, I'm going to Japan. He doesn't really want to go. I want to go and like rent an apartment for like 6 months to a year, just like an extended vacation. So you can literally get a nice apartment over there for $400 or $500 a month. But so the milk door, delivery door. The other things are that I'm trying to remember off the top of my head things that I've seen. Remember the old, I'm sure you all have watched this on YouTube or something at some point. Oh, I got the hiccups. I'm not even drinking anything. I'm only drinking coffee and water. Ugh. Well, they're bathrooms. If I didn't have 2 dogs and a husband, I got 3 dogs and a husband. Yeah, that's true. I didn't think we'd have to figure out how to get the dogs there. But they're bathrooms, and we're about to do the same thing in our master bath. Oh, I know. I just saw one of those. I just watched somebody get an old one that was refurbished and put it in their house. Oh my gosh, that makes so much sense. The refrigerators, with all the different compartments, the built-in egg compartment. I literally had to buy an plastic egg bin to put on my shelf. And they used to have those built into the doors. I mean, we just accept less. Anyway, the bathrooms in Japan and Korea, especially Japan. The The whole bathroom is waterproof. You can literally go in there and hose the entire thing down. It's because they have the tub and they have the shower area. And no shower curtain, just the whole bathroom. They have because they don't have really used dryers, they only have a washer, and they usually hang their clothes on a line outside. Their bathroom is a clothes dryer. You can hang your clothes in the bathroom and turn on this dry function, and it will dry your clothes. Then there's a drain in the middle so that you literally can hose the whole thing down, squeegee it off into the drain. Actually, not right now, Zippy. Right now, the yen sucks. It's a better exchange rate. The dollar goes a lot farther in Japan, right? At least last time I checked. It used to be even. If it was, you should just move. If it was, say, 5,000 yen, is it yen? Then that's $50 for us. You move the decimal over. Well, now it's not that even. I know. Trust me, I crunched all the numbers. Yeah, minus the clothes dryer. Then there was this one YouTuber I watched. Her old apartment in the tub had a TV screen in the wall, and which I don't see why Americans don't have that. I mean, look at us. And there was some other function in there that was really cool. So anyway, what made me think about it, Amazon has hanging drying bags. Yeah, I know. I was going to get my daughter one because she lives this is her first home without a washer and dryer. And so she has to go. What's nice, though, is she goes down to her apartment complex, and you can run the washer and dryer from an app. You don't have to have quarters. And the app will tell you when your load is done. That's at least nice. So she had this, I think she sold her washer and dryer. Let's see. What are the other things? Oh, most of now I don't know if I agree with this. They don't have an oven. They have this little grill for fish. So I had my bathroom redone like that. Tile. Yes. Yeah. Well, so in our bathroom, we have a garden tub and we have a separate shower. We had a sewer backup a few months ago. Oh my God. And our house isn't on a slab. So when we're redoing the floor, and once he gets the other bathroom done, we're putting a new floor in there. He's going to install a drain that just drains under the house. It's not connected to anything. It's just for an emergency. Yeah, the dual washer and dryer all in one. I told my husband that if either one of these machine dies first, I'm getting the combo. It takes less room. Plus, I want to be able to put it in an RV if we ever get one again. In my abode garage, washer is broken. Yeah, we have a big front loader, but we still had to take certain things to the laundromat recently. The dog beds. We have a really big, thick comforter. So Tom did that one day when I was asleep. Thank God I didn't have to do that. So the bathroom thing, and now it won't be tiled. We can't retile the whole bathroom, but what I'm going to do is when we put the new floor down, I'm going to get that rubbery baseboard that kind of sticks. Because we did this in the small bathroom because that's where the kids were for my daycare. And when we took out the carpet in there, 90s houses had carpet in the bathroom. When we put the baseboard down, we caulked it so good that if we ever had a backup in that bathroom, it wouldn't go into the walls. So unless it wasn't over 4 inches. So we do the same thing in here. We're going to have the drain. We're going to have the floor will be waterproof. The baseboard will be caulked and waterproof. so that as long as it's not over 4 inches. So yeah, but I don't understand why we don't have that here. It makes so much sense. Oh God, I know, Scooter. We've been doing nothing but getting rid of these carpet, and we had that 90s teal green carpet. When we walked in the house and it was empty, it looked great. Till you have to start decorating around teal green, dark teal green. So we've been spending all these years just pulling up carpet, putting new stuff down. Of course, if I'd have realized how much dust there was without carpet, I might have kept the carpet. Yeah, my in-laws still had carpet. She liked her carpet in her bathroom, and no. Too lazy to deal with my washer and dryer situation. I kind of got that, but I didn't want to say anything, Zippy. I don't know though. I know the few times we had to go, like my home daycare, we had lice go around. God, that was horrible to deal with. Everything had to go to the laundromat all at one time. Like everything. We had 10 washers full of stuff. So when you have many loads, it's nice to go to a laundromat and do it all at one time. And fold it all and bring it home all folded. I can see how that's nice. I know my grandkids are 12 and they're gonna be 13 and 14 here soon, in a few months. They help. They go down and they put laundry in and stuff. So they help her out quite a bit. They help her with my littlest grandbaby too, because my daughter works from home. She's on the phone at home. And I said, my youngest, she'll be 3 in November next month. And I said, how's she doing with you? She's pretty much worked from home. I think it's getting close to 3 years now. So most of her life. And she says, as soon as she answers the phone, she'll be talking to her. My Amelia, my granddaughter, will be talking to my daughter. And she said in mid-conversation, she'll answer and do her spiel. And immediately Amelia goes, shh, and goes off and does her own thing. So she's a really good little girl. She really works. She doesn't have her all the time. They split custody up. So she doesn't have her all the time. She goes back and forth. But I know. She's so sweet. She's so happy. Devin says it. I think it's 1 week on, 1 week off, but it's like midweek. So it's like Wednesday to Wednesday or something like that. And she said it works out really good. When she's tired of her and she's missing daddy, it's time to go over there. Vice versa. She said she's always happy to come home and always happy to go there. She's always happy every time I see her on the phone. And she goes to daycare when he has her. So she gets to see other kids her age. So it's the only reason I don't harp on her about coming home. But I told her, I said, the only reason he's able to afford is he's living with his mom and her husband. Because my daughter makes $2,400 a month in Southern California. Her rent and utilities, because her water and other stuff is she's paying almost $2,000 a month in rent and utilities. If she didn't have food stamps, she couldn't make it. Well, we all know what's going on with that. I'll get to that later. We're going to have to help her with that. So I told her not to stress. We got you. You're not going to starve. We were going to give her the money to get her truck out of the shop. It's not even drivable yet. It still needs more work. I said, well, we'll just put that off and worry about you getting groceries. But what was I saying? I don't remember now. But I was talking about things that houses have. So I was trying to think, what else do they have that I like that made so much sense? Is there that guy, something you guys can, we were talking about washer and dryer and stuff. From the laundromat. And she would wash everything, comforters, sofa, slip, curtains, clothes. Oh my gosh. Wow. That's a lot. See, my husband just went down this week, a few days ago. But so what I have 2 duvet covers that he hates using. I couldn't So we have this really thick comforter that came from the RV. We weren't using it in the bedroom. It barely fits in my large front loader. So I said, let's put this inside the duvet, and that way we only have to wash the duvet and not this big old comforter. So that's what we did. Bidet kit. Only I wanted. I don't know. I think I have to get it. I keep forgetting. I was gonna get just the handheld one, bidet, because I just don't want to deal with it being around the toilet and everything. And I could take it with me places too. But yeah, I like that. Now I do like that. If you guys have ever seen in Japan, even the public toilets, have lights to tell you which ones are vacant, have the bidet function, which I probably wouldn't use in a public toilet, but they also have music that you can turn on to cover your noises to be polite. I'm like, man, that's so nice. Last time I paid close, rent was over a decade ago. High rise close to the Potomac River. Oh, geez. I've never paid that much. Wow. Matter of fact, when we were looking at getting a newly built house, we'd had this one for a while, and all I felt was nothing but stress the whole time we were planning it. And I finally said, I don't feel good about this. Our payment would have almost doubled, not quite double. And I'm so glad we never did it, because we'd still be paying for it, and this one's paid off. The reason we didn't was his parents. His parents, she was 40 when she had him, so she would have been 55, 56 before they bought their house. And in their 80s, they were still paying on this house. They both passed away still paying on that house. And I didn't want to be like that. It hooks on the side of the tank and connects. Oh, I've seen those. Yeah, it's like the sprayer. Oh, yeah, I've seen those. I like those better. I just don't like the idea of it being in the toilet, even if it like disappears under a little door. It just, I'm a germaphobe. I'm a germaphobe long before COVID. So those I did like. My husband said, heck no, he cannot stand cold or cold water. He's a cat. Hi, Susan. How are you doing? We were talking about all these cool things that Asian houses have, or we used to have in our houses like back in the day, but we don't have anymore. When I moved into the place, it was 19. When I moved, oh, holy crap, they jacked up to 25. Yeah, my daughter just renewed. She said she was really happy. I think it only went up $50 a month. But she's in a 1-bedroom apartment with 3 kids. It works, but I worry about my granddaughter who's 13. I didn't have my own room in middle school because my grandmother had moved in, and I was sharing the big bedroom with my sister and my mom. Well, when she moved out in high school, my mom gave me the small bedroom, and her and my sister took the big bedroom, which was nice. So in high school, I had my own room. So they're doing it, and the 1-bedroom, because I guess it's a 1-bedroom, is huge. So, and then my daughter has her bed kind of between the dining room and living room. She doesn't even have a couch right now. Eventually, I'm going to try to figure out how to get her a couch so that they sit on the bed to watch movies and stuff. And I'm like, you don't want to do that. So they're making it work right now, but my granddaughter's going to be 14. So, but I do mention to my daughter, I said, she said she's mentioned this to him too. She goes, you're never going to be able to buy a house in California. It's never going to happen. And you're going to be struggling forever. I said, here, the cost of living is amazing. I said, if you could get a work from home job, what you're making right now, you could be buying a house here. Now, that's weird. I was an only child till I was 9. I actually had 2 bedrooms. From 6 to 9, we had a 3-bedroom house. And it was an old house. And the closet between the two bedrooms, you could go through the whole thing. So I had a playroom and a bedroom, which was cool. Until my sister was born, which wasn't a big deal. I don't remember caring about it very much. What else did they have that I thought was cool? I didn't like the tiny kitchens in Japan, which makes no sense to me because they cook so much. They cook so many dishes and so much, and their kitchens are so teeny tiny. That's the one thing about an RV. That's why I had the one I had that got totaled. It had an island. There's the little RV kitchen that has literally no counter space. That's a no-go for me. When we lived in Venice, paid $400 a month. Mom bought a duplex here in South Central, paid the mortgage, and I forgot I can highlight. I forgot I can do that. Awesome. That's smart. That's smart. Yeah. But he's never going to be able to afford any kind of lifestyle if he wasn't living with his parents, and they're both in their 30s. I said, because she met him here where his dad moved because it was too expensive in California. He bought a bar here and put him in charge of it. And she was working there as a second job. And then he's like, I want to move back home. I'm like, she could be buying a house right now with the income that she's making here. Here, you can get a 2-bedroom townhome and a 4-plex for $750 to $850 a month. Before 5 bunk beds, yeah. She bought them bunk beds, but I think what I saw when Aunt Amelia had the phone, they have them like in an L shape right now. And I've thought about, have you guys seen those tents that go on a twin bed and it goes over and zips up? I've been thinking about, hey, Erin, how are you doing? I've been thinking about getting her one or both of them one of those. Yeah, I couldn't go to Austin tonight. It's thunderstorming. So the wet doesn't bother me, but getting struck by lightning does. So I've been thinking about getting her that so she can have some privacy. But they seem to be, they're making it work. I mean, so, I just got a brain fart. So anyway, what other things do you guys remember we used to have? The refrigerators back in the 40s and 50s. Gosh, they were so good. And then the ovens were cool. They had the little, I watched this guy that had the old, it had, like you said, it had the grill. And so the lid had the gas in it. I'm like, isn't that going to burn the burgers when you put that down? When he went to put it down, the thing the burgers were on went down too. I was like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. That is so cool. So Tom was telling me, no, I can't remember now what I was going to say. It just went right onto my head. I should have a notebook sitting here when I think of things. Yeah, I was just saying that's the first time in my life I've literally actually had to get the pepper spray out. What you guys didn't see, that's why you couldn't hear him. When he saw my pepper spray, he took 2-3-foot steps back about 6 feet. He's like, oh, that's what it's going to be like, or that's what it's like. And I was like, but he backed the heck up. Venice Beach. Oh, neat. Yeah, I went to Hamilton Beach or Huntington. I think it was Huntington Beach. Because my daughter's ex, she's co-parenting with, he's from Torrance. but they don't live in that area anymore. But his whole family's still there. They live near Riverside now. There's no way she could afford to live in LA itself. She's lucky she found this one so cheap. But like I said, she could have a car payment, be buying a house for what she's making. But she calls me in vents because it's open enrollment right now, and she gets some very irate people. A water faucet. Oh, I know, the pop filler. Yeah, pop fillers. Those are awesome. Yeah, Zippy. Yeah, things are a little bit different out there. When I went out, I think it's been 2 years. Yeah, because it was September before my granddaughter turned a year old. So I was there 2 years ago. And where we were, it was a weekday too. There was nobody at that beach. Nobody. Everyone, yeah, putting the pop fillers on the home reno shows. Yep, for sure. Yeah. I watched those, and I would like to have a shelf. I've already planned it out with measurements. I'm going to build a shelf above my toilet, and a shelf. We used to have a shelf above the washer and dryer. I can't remember why we ripped it out. But the shelf we have is too high. I need a lower shelf. Get a taser. Um, that's probably a good idea. Yeah. Yeah, that was the first time I ever was really nervous. Even the first couple times, I don't think I was that weirded out. They more made me mad than anything. This guy, he got aggressive like really quickly. But like I told you guys, I feel kind of safe around. There was two guys you couldn't see that I actually thought they might be with him, but they weren't. And so they were standing right there too. And Aaron, no, trust me, they're not going to take too much advantage of me. They 56 years of frustration I probably would have taken out on that guy. But they were like, yeah, he was just yelling at you. I was like, yeah, I don't know if you guys can hear what he said. When I replayed it, I couldn't really hear him, but he was like, I thought you wanted to have an argument, and blah, blah. I said, no, I want to have a discussion. You're being aggressive or yelling. I can't remember exactly what I said. That would be me. Yes, that would be me. Yeah. The guy wasn't that big either. So I wasn't that worried about it. Honestly, my husband, I've heard 13 years of security stories where he used to do clubs years ago, and there's always a cop there too. And he said he watched these cops chase these three guys around this parking lot, and these guys were all big and bad. Oh, you think you're gonna do that? Da, 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 da. They got pepper sprayed and turned into little babies. They were like, "Oh my God, give me some water! I need water!" Trust me, all I would have needed is that. And I had the heavy duty big bottle, I'm pretty sure it's the strongest one you can get. Yeah. I don't think I'll have it. Like I said, that's the third time in 18 months. I think my track record's pretty good. It's been pretty okay for the most part. We have a young person on here, Zippy. Hey, Eric. I know. I haven't seen you. Oh, they'd be feeling it at least 24 hours. I wish they would let us have more at my job, but we're unarmed. But so Tom gave me. It's okay. Aaron's in high school. Aaron was in our chat last week when I had the angry man. I don't know what. Somebody said he might have been sent. That's possible. But that's not my immediate go-to all the time, because where I'm at and what we're doing, we know there are people that just want to be on camera and get attention. Pepper gel. Oh, okay. All right, Aaron. I never did ask you how old you were. Oh, okay. All right. Well, you're not young. I was afraid you were gonna tell me you were 13 or 14. I was gonna be like, you said high school though. Yeah. Pepper gel. I'll have to ask my husband about that. And I almost didn't have it with me that night. It was in my other bag. And at the last minute, I was thinking down my list and I went over, I grabbed it and I tossed it in the bag. I'm like, thank goodness. Yeah. I don't expect people to get too personal on here, but that one we need to know. Yeah. Pepper spray. Oh, I know. That's a good idea. That's a really good idea. I'm surprised my husband didn't suggest that. Yeah, he had that happen to him. He unloaded a whole can on a guy and it didn't phase him because he was on a 3-day meth bender. My husband got. The guy was unarmed and it was right after George Floyd. Or actually, I don't even know if it was. I think it was before that. It might have been a different one. Anyway, something had happened fairly recently and he didn't want to be the guy shooting an unarmed person. So he didn't pull his weapon. He didn't have his taser yet. So all he had was the pepper spray. And then the guy bum rushed him and then had him on the ground trying to take his gun. So my husband's trying to protect the gun and taking all the kicks because he's trying to keep him from getting his gun. And the problem was the weapons you have now that are automatic that you normally carry are in a holster with a lock. You have to hit it a certain way. The problem was this old security company he was with at the hotel in Austin literally gave him a Barney Fife revolver in a leather holster. And so there was no safety catch. Yeah. He's taught me how to take care of myself. Trust me. Because he took a lot of martial arts when we were dating in high school. So, I do need to get. Yeah, he still got. And then they called it. The DA called him up and said they wanted to offer him rehab. Tom's like, whatever. And probation. Well, we have the account where you can look up people's backgrounds. And he looked him up about a couple years later. He was in North or South Dakota, arrested again for drugs again and robbery. Like, yeah, now he has the better. Well, this company let them purchase their own. I have to say pew pew on here. within a certain models, and he has the holster that locks. I know. Yeah. And that place that he worked back then, he had to wear a bulletproof vest. It was so bad. It was the worst hotel in North Austin. It was a Motel 6. They had to have armed security there. You either think people would ask him when they were checking in, you have security for two reasons. Or you think, or not two reasons. There's two ways you can think about security at your hotel. One, it's really nice that there's security, or why do they need security? Yes. Yes. We say pew pews. It's silly, but we do. Yeah. He's not with them anymore. He's with a better company now. But I just thought that was ridiculous. He carried out that revolver for like 6 or 7 years. So, but that's the only real incident he ever had. And I mean, if you think about it, he's been in security quite a bit since 2013, 12 years. And that's the only real incident he ever had. So, except the very first one when they had to move him. So, he first got down there, and he was actually, there was 3 of them in the general area, Motel 6s. The first one they put him at had a homeless camp behind it, and the drug dealers would come in and park in the motel's parking lot. And he went up to him and he said, "You can't park here anymore." And he looked out the window and says, "We're coming back to unalive you." And Tom has been in war many times. And he said that scared him more than anything. And he called the boss. They moved him to a different location. And come to find out, that neighborhood was the worst neighborhood in Austin. And they had a initiative for cleanup. Runberg, I could say it. He doesn't work there anymore. Runberg, that road, that neighborhood. So eventually they came in. They took out a bunch of the trees out there so they couldn't hide anymore, and in part of the initiative to clean it up. So, but he never went back over there. So, yeah. Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. Because usually the people you're dealing with there are down on their luck. He dealt with a lot of good people too. That just, one couple, they literally worked, they had a job, then they would panhandle after the job just to pay for the hotel because their apartment building burned down and they couldn't go get a new apartment. And hotels are expensive. And so they work their butts off. Yeah. Where he works now is awesome. He works at night by himself. He just patrols all their properties. And then when they work during the day, it's all families and kids. So it's like night and day from Austin to Waco, 2 different cities too. He said when he got to Waco, he's like, even the homeless people are nice. And when you call the cops, they actually come. He's doing an event tonight. I think it's over. They were having a concert or something. He told me the name of the band. I don't think it's anybody huge. Oh, it was some weird name. I think it was a cover band. So like not last night, because of the event going on, he didn't do his normal patrols because he had to stay there. They have vendors. They block off these streets near his property, and they have to watch the vendor tents and stuff. Make sure nobody robs the tents. There's cops out there too that are doing overtime. So, oh, they have it every year, and it's busy. I was afraid they were going to call me into work. I didn't want to work over there. I told him, I told my boss at my location, because I work Tom's location, those few days covering for somebody, I was like, before I had fibro, I would have loved that job. I like being busy. But now I did not feel secure in my brain handling so many different things. I told my boss, you do not got to worry about them poaching me. I like it over here all by myself all night, just me and what they think are the ghosts. I've never seen anything, and I've been there a long time. But what else? That's the only things I can think of that I would really want in my house, I think. Yeah, I'm in so I work security Saturday and Sunday night. That's why I do my live stream on Friday. And I do 12-hour shifts in a building that's 103 years old. Um but nothing anything really bad ever happened there. It wasn't like, you know, some other people said that they've heard something or saw something, but nah. I told him, I said, I probably scared the ghost away with my bad singing. I'm up there making all kinds of silly noises when I'm by myself. You should hear me on the elevator when I'm really bored. I'm like, third floor, lingerie and ammo or something. I try to come up with weird stuff. It gets really boring. But I think I do the most walking of anyone because I don't like to sit. Yeah, la la la. I'm either making weird noises like that, just la la la, or I make up songs too. Oh, I had to stop murdering the roaches though. So 2 weeks ago, I think I killed like 10 on this one floor. Oh, is it? Is it Halloween already? Oh no. Oh, at least it's on Friday. It's not on Saturday. Um, yeah, Tom's been buying Halloween candy for our office and his office. Um, what do you do with those buckets? I gotta take it in. Um, okay, what I was gonna say now. See, there goes my fibro brain. Gone. Oh. Hmm. Hmm. I'll do some research. Let me check, see what they said last year and see what if it was chill or ridiculous or and stuff. We'll see what happens. Oh, the unaliving the roaches. Okay, because I hate them things, and it's only the third floor. Well, I can tell that they took because I write every single one. I have to take a picture, but where it's at, so they know where it's at. Because they have pest control come in every week. Well, they must have taken care of them because I haven't seen any more. Well, my daughter informed me when I told her that they were having a roach problem at her apartment complex, but they've gotten it under control, thank goodness. But she did some research and she said, don't step on them anymore. I said, why? She goes, if they have an egg sac, they can get stuck to your shoe and you can bring them home and they'll still hatch. I was like, oh yeah, I'm done. Yeah, never stepping on another one again. Nope. Now when I walk up by one, I take the picture. I'm like, see you later. You get to live today. There was a cricket one time I thought was one, and I went up on it ready to take the picture, and I go, "You're not the roach I'm looking for," and just being silly. Throwing knives, pepper spray, taser, and a hammer. Yeah, I know. I didn't know that either. You'd think I would living in Texas, but I didn't. Of course, I'd never gone around stepping on 10 roaches in one night either. It's because I see them more because I'm the one that works at night in the dark. So they probably don't see as many during the day. But ugh. So I was like, I think I saw 13 that weekend. That's a lot on one floor. Oh, I need more water. Oh, hang on. Oh, let me squish out of here. Oh, you can see my laundry. Whoops. It's my basket of blankets that need washed. Oh. Ooh. It's another reason I'd like to move back into the living room. A little bit more room. Ooh. Ooh. I've been sitting here too long. Hang on. Ooh. Petunia heard me moving around. She ran in here looking at the snacks. I can't reach the snacks. You're gonna have to wait. Well, it is sort of. It's just it's a tall basket, and this is where I put uh, blankets and odd things that I need to wash. Because we let the dogs lay on the bed, we change our bedding a lot every week at least. And in between, I have this huge roller I love. I just got it recently because I used to have this small one to do the bed. Now I have a really big one. Yep, she said snacks. Yep, that's all I have. She'll come up to me on the bed because they used to get their snack when they would go out and go potty and come back. But now they have a doggy door. So now they have to ask me for snacks. She'll come up and she'll just get right in my face and stare at me and put her paw on me and just stare at me and mind meld with me. I'm like, you want a snack? And she starts jumping around. And I'm like, well, show me what you want. She jumps down and runs in here and starts jumping around next to the snacks. Come here, Petunia. Ugh, this one likes her snacks. Daisy, you're too big to come on my lap. Oh, they heard me saying snack. Uh-oh. Now Daisy's out here. You want to get down a little bit, though? You're in front of my face. She's my mutt with the lazy eye. You gotta look straight at her to see it, though. We just realized how old she looks now. See all this light through her face? I looked at a picture a few years ago, and that wasn't there. She's 6 now. Actor, yeah, Scott Baio, of course. Oh, I knew him from Happy Days. A podcast that he does on YouTube. Oh, cool. Yep. Yeah, and her broken ear. But, yep, see, she's got, her ears don't go they go different directions. Hi, Daisy. Daisy's got her head on my lap. Oh, there's thunder. Daisy, my big dog, hates thunder. I don't know what he's even been up to lately. Yeah, I had to, she got up. She just got up and walked. She stays at the foot of the bed. She knows she has a blanket. Hold on. My tailbone. I'm gonna have to get a cushion. But she stood up and walked over to me on the bed. I knew something was up. Because usually if she wants attention, she'll just kind of crawl up. I was like, oh, yeah. So I had to cover her up so she felt secure, so she could calm down. She does not like thunder. And I just heard a little bit of thunder. That's why she's been wandering around. You all right? You okay? It's okay. It's okay. You'll be fine. My little ones could care less. Doesn't bother them a bit. You good girl. You good girl. You good girl. Yeah. yeah, I watched Charles in Charge a few times. They tried that spinoff from Happy Days. I was watching MASH a little bit here recently. I don't even know if you know what that is, Aaron. Man, that's a show. It's from the 70s and 80s, isn't it? Man, I feel old. All right. You go lay down. Go on. You go get in bed. You'll be fine. It's not that loud. It sounds pretty far away. It's not that loud. God, you scared me. But it's supposed to rain all night, though. We're still running the air conditioner. It's almost Halloween, and we're still running the air conditioner during the day. It's driving me crazy. I kind of wait for this time of year so I can save on my electric bill. It's still in the 80s. This is supposed to cool off tomorrow. It's going to be like in the 70s, and then the very next day it's going back to the 80s. Because some of the house projects that he needs to do, he hasn't been working on because it's too hot. We're waiting for the weather to break. So he needs to get up on the roof and do some work. You don't want to be doing that when it's 90-something degrees outside. So. Well, I think I'm going to go, y'all. We did an hour and a half tonight. It was fun. Mobile Army Surgical Hospital. Yes. Yep. I like that show. It's a good show. And I think it's a good show because it's not dated as far as, it was a show about the past already. So, I mean, you can watch it at any time and it'd still be a good show. If you guys got any anime that's dubbed, I can't do subtitles. I've watched so much anime. I'm trying to find something new. It was a very cleaver show. Yeah. Yeah. I used to do this every Saturday. But when I started working, I had to quit doing it. Yes. That's the only war I think none of my family was in. We had World War II and Vietnam, and Tom's been in everything since 1989. So, yeah, it was fun. I've been thinking about trying to add more streaming in during the week. I need to get back to reading A Piece of Blue Sky like I used to. We used to do that on Sundays. I need to try to get a better schedule and see if we can do that during the week. And I thought maybe to do something like this maybe during the week for the night owls. Yeah, poor Scooter Mom needs help. I need to go. The thunder's getting louder and she's getting really antsy, so I gotta go cover her up with her blankie. So I don't know if I'm going out next Friday or not. I'll talk with Tom about it and see what he thinks. I'll look up the news for last year and see if anything got out of hand. I'll bet they're gonna. Oh, if you want to come in on Friday night, Eric, Scooter Mom could use the help. She's been doing it all by herself. And when I go vertical, when I'm in Austin, woo, the trolls. Yeah, I probably won't. If I don't, we'll do something like this. I still like coming on and saying hey to everybody. All right, y'all. I gotta go get stuff ready for work tomorrow. Tell the puppy. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna go. You're right. You're right. I shouldn't. Yeah. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good week. And maybe we'll do this again next Friday instead of Halloween. And since I do it so late, everybody's trick or treating should be over. Nobody really trick-or-treats on my street very much. They go to the really ritzy neighborhoods like we used to do. So we don't usually even do candy. So good night, everyone. Y'all have a good week.